is a beloved pastime for countless individuals, and is something that almost anyone can learn to do well. Knowing how to cook is something that can serve you well for your entire life, and bring great enjoyment. By using the tips that follow, you can soon become an expert in the kitchen. When seasoning your food, remember that it is much easier to add more seasoning if needed, but you cannot take it away if you add too much. That is why it's important to go light when seasoning with herbs and spices. You want to complement the flavors of the food, and not overpower them. When you are chopping herbs before your meal, a tip that you can follow is to throw a little bit of salt on the chopping board. This will give you extra friction so that you can maximize your cuts. Quality cuts of herbs will lead to a great meal when everything is complete. Use a heavy-duty, Ziploc plastic bag to separate pan drippings. After roasting the meat, pour the pan drippings into a Ziploc plastic bag. Let the fat rise to the top. Carefully snip off one of the bottom corners of the bag, and pour out the fat-free broth. The fat will stay in the plastic bag, and you will have a tasty broth as a base for gravy or a sauce. Make sure you spread out your condiments when making a sandwich. Most people rush through the early steps of making a sandwich. They spread their condiments around in the middle rather than making sure they cover the entire piece of bread. Cover your bread from corner to corner with condiments for flavor in every bite. Always choose to cook with a wine that you would drink yourself. If you don't even like the taste of the wine that you are cooking with, chances are that you will end up disliking whatever it is that you are making. So pick out a good wine that you know you love, and you will like your dish even more. It is important to know that the smaller the item, the longer it takes to cook. Many people think that smaller items do not take long to cook, therefore the item does not cook thoroughly. Usually, larger items do not take as long to cook, and because people think they do, these items get burnt. When shaving vegetables for dishes such as a vinaigrette or a salad, use a coarse microplane, also known as a grater or zester, to grate them into smaller pieces. The flavors of the vegetables are truly unlocked when grated with the microplane. When a recipe calls for vegetable shortening, coconut oil is a healthy alternative that should be used. Coconut oil can be difficult to find in typical grocery stores, so you may need to look in a health food store to find it. It is important to read the label to make sure it is true coconut oil. To save time when cooking for a big event like Thanksgiving, do all the prep work the night before. You can also make desserts a day or two before dinner. This will give you more time to focus on what needs to be done, and the day will be a lot less stressful. Prepare your own stock to enjoy dishes that are more flavorful. It is possible to utilize resealable bags to store any excess in the freezer if you prepare large quantities. This ensures you will have tasty, homemade stock available when you need it for soups, stews, and many other dishes. If you make your own stock, it will not be full of preservatives. Adjust your baking time for smaller items. For example, if you are making mini cookies, crank the oven up to 500 degrees, and bake the cookies for only 4 or 5 minutes at the most. The end result is perfectly cooked, delicious cookies that will fly out of your cookie jar. When it comes to cooking, it is important to consider the dietary concerns of those who are going to be eating your food. Be sure to check if anybody has sodium or sugar concerns in order to prevent embarrassment on their part from having to refuse your otherwise delicious food. Use olive oil on your hands when working with dough. Some people think that coating your hands in flour is the best method, but in actuality, the flour will quickly transfer to the dough, and you will lose all of the benefits. Using olive oil instead will prevent the dough from sticking to your hands for long periods of time. For a juicier turkey, soak it in brine for at least 12 hours before cooking. You can make a simple brine by combining ice water and sea salt. After seasoning the turkey, submerge it fully, cover, and leave to sit for 12 to 24 hours. Then, cook the turkey as usual. Not only does the turkey come out juicier, but it tends to have more flavor than unbrined turkeys. Timing is a crucial element when baking a cake. The cooking times suggested in recipes are good guidelines for an inexperienced baker, but these suggestions can be misleading. Other factors, like elevation, can have an effect on how long it actually takes a cake to cook. A better idea is to insert a toothpick into the center of the cake. If you stick a toothpick in your cake, and when you pull it out, it does not have any batter on it, the cake is ready to be taken out of the oven. To get perfectly browned cookies, use parchment paper or a silicone baking mat on your regular cookie sheets. These surfaces are not only non-stick, but they lend the perfect shade of golden brown to your delicious morsels. These surfaces also keep your baking sheets clean, so you don't have extra pans to wash. There can be no doubt that cooking provides great pleasure to many, and can also serve as a wonderful creative outlet. Acquiring skills in the kitchen can be rewarding for you, not to mention your friends and family, and is well worth the effort. Putting these tips to work will set you quickly on the path to culinary mastery. That's it for today's video presentation, guys. Hope you all liked it, and if you do, please don't forget to like and share the video presentation, and if you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also do let me know about your thoughts in the comment section down below. Until the next time, thank you for watching.